held the camera sideways and he never gave it again. There's two big black bars on it.
I didn't get asked anymore.
Okay guys, so week 2, we're going to look at different entrances. So this time Matthew's grabbed my lapels and stuck them under my armpit, which is another common that he'll be looking to get to his feet. Slightly harder this time. So if you think about the concept, he's inside control. So I'm going to swim one hand inside, and I need to make a cross grip. That's a little difficult, especially when I'm sticking that gi underneath my armpit. So the easiest way to bring it across is bring your bicep towards you and you make that grip, that same cross grip. Then I come back and then I have outside control. So again, I'm just pushing at the elbow. Just be careful if this one's still stuck under the armpit. If it was car, I wouldn't be reminding him of that, but when you push it across, it's a hell of a break on that. So just lift your hip, pull the whole thing across. So again, I was watching some of you guys when you're drilling. You need to change the angle, okay, by turning your hip. And I think the easiest way is, rather than hip escaping, is just, you know, the contact of my calf and hip against his allows me to turn, and then I'm recrossing and I'm pulling towards his head. When I make that grip, that far grip, I connect with my chest. This allows me to let go of that sleeve. Put your arm out. Now I build the base. So you bring my elbow in line with my shoulder, make my bottom leg heavy, and my top leg is, oh sorry, my top leg's heavy, which makes my bottom leg light, and I'm pulling. Again, if he doesn't close that space between his left knee and his left elbow, I'm on the back. But now he's making that space is too tight to get my hook in. But now, for me to hit the wrist sweep and elbow sweep, just come back, bro. He was here, and I could pin either the wrist or control the elbow. But sometimes a different reaction is you keep this arm away. So instead of attacking the far arm, I'm going to attack the near side arm, and I can't sweep him with this control. So I'm just going to put my head on the mat. My left arm is going to go elbow deep on the near side arm. From here, I bring my leg over. There's two options for this. If his head isn't on the mat, I'm going to bring my leg over his head. And now from there, I just fall onto my left side, which puts Matthew's head on the mat. Okay? You get him make the crook of my arm and his arm. Now from there, I grab this leg, but I don't lift it up because it's going to take a lot of muscular strength. I grab the near side leg and I pull it towards my chest. And now I turn from my left hip to my right hip. Again, if he's not hand to hand, I'm cutting the armbar. He won't be hand to hand. Just a quick go over the grip breaks, which I've already covered this. The best way to break this grip, if it is hand to hand, is either get his fists away from his body. If you can do that by bringing them up, by bringing them this way, or the best way, this way. If I'm bringing them up, I get the feed the crook of my arm through his. I come up at the wrist, and I'm just arching or straightening my back, posturing. Get his fists away from his body, and then I can just lean back and break it. If I want to bring them towards me, I can find this elbow and bring his wrist this way. But the best way, I find my hip, I come in at the wrist, and then I just fall to my side. So then I'm bringing his arms over his head, and then when I come back, I hop his thumb up. So again, I'm making sure of connection of the ear, connection of the hip. My knees are pinched. See when I pinch my knees, there's tension in his arm. It's a lot easier to armbar someone from there. There's no tension. It's like the slot machines and bars. So I want to make sure I pinch the way his arm springs up, then I don't have to put it all around my chest. The bad armbar is actually having it in your chest and having to actually come up. You need to put tension in the limb if you're trying to break it. So again. So he's went for these double grips, okay, pushing into my armpit. A lot of times when people make this grip here, they'll be tripoding up and putting the knee in the tailbone, and then you can start opening the guards. It's quite a common scenario you're going to run into. So think about, he's got inside control, I want inside control. So I swim this hand inside, but now I can't actually reach the cross grip. So I just bring it to me by bringing my bicep over. Making a cross grip. Then then I bring my hand to the outside. Just be careful of your hand stuck under the armpit. It's a hard grip break. So once I get to the hand, to the outside, I lift my hip, I drag it across, and now I need angular advantage. So I just hit the ski. Bring that grip. From there, I build the base, elbow. Top leg is heavy, so my right and bottom leg is light. If I feel straight away and I look over and Matthew's got his arm out, I'm not even going to the back in my armbar. So already here, you get tweaking my arm around his arm. If his head is off the mat, I'll come over and I just put my hip on the mat. Puts Matthew's head on the mat. Drag the leg towards my chest. Just work on the best grip break. So as I feed my other hand through, find my hip, come in at the wrist. Now I just fall to my side to get his arms off his head. Another option is, if you can't get his leg or his head, or your leg over his head because he has it on the mat. So again, I swim inside, bring the bicep towards me, get the grip, break it off, angular advantage. Now, this whole game is built around my head is higher than Matthew's. We're going to look next week if it's the other way around and Matthew's head is higher than mine. We'll build that game on for next week on. So if this arm is out and I feel I can't hit the wrist sweep or the elbow sweep, just the next move, put my head on the mat and I get the crook of my arm around his arm. Now his head's on the mat, so I can't physically get my leg over his head. So I put my knee on the mat and my shin over the back of his neck, and then I just put my hip on the mat, drag him across. Same scenario. Feel it through, end of the lever, bar. He's got inside control. Now I have inside control. At an angle. Find that grip. Now connect with the skate and pull myself face. Come up. His arms out straight, elbow sweep and wrist sweep is not on. It's just the next move. So my left arm is deep. Elbow down, foot to the arm. His head is on the mat, so I just put my knee on the mat. The side is right here. My shin's across. Before I try to pull that leg, I actually put my hip on the mat. Puts a lot of pressure. My shin is driving Matty's head into the mat here. Now I just grab the leg. I don't try to lift it because that's using muscular strength. I pull it towards my chest and then I just roll